Hey friends, I hope you're so well wherever you are in this right now. I am not exactly sure what is about to come out of my mouth, but I was inspired to record myself. So there's that. So I'll start off with sharing how I'm feeling. I'm feeling like time itself is playing a total mind game on me. Some days recently have felt like there have been 48 hours in the day and it's taking forever to get through the day. And then other days feel like there's like 2 hours in the day and I'm like, whoa, where did the day go? Like it's completely like it's gone. Like what happened? And that feeling of, sometimes it's stretched out and sometimes it's really compressed, that really is a testament to how I am feeling. I feel like I am being wrung out like a sponge, like I fill up and then I'm squeezed out, and I fill up and I'm squeezed out. So it's like I'm moving through this expansion and contraction at a very interesting rate, and it's showing up in very different ways. And because it's around time and the feeling of time, and my belief is that time is a moot point. It's not real. Time is a unit of measure that we use to measure the distance between 2 points, 2 experiences. So time's not even real. It's all now. Everything, it's just now. Nothing that we think is in the past is even real right now. Nothing in the future is real. It's literally all now. And yet, because we live in a quantum field of all potentiality, there are multiple timelines of everything being experienced right here, right now. So because of that, when I'm looking at my life, I am looking at, so as some of you may or may not know, I have completely left my life. I have sold my home and I'm living in Costa Rica, and I'm so grateful and so delighted and feeling more relaxed than I ever have. I still have the program running of like, what are you gonna do next? What are you gonna do now? And I don't have to think about that. And yet I am. It's what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And I keep hearing to be still and listen. And some ideas have come forth, like a lot of ideas have come forth that are very concise and clear and feel in alignment. So I'm moving in those directions. And that being said, as I am looking to create what's next, my work, right? My work of art, my life, I can't help but to look at my past, what I've already experienced, to see what I liked and what I didn't like, and what felt really good and useful to life and love on earth, and what didn't really work, And when I look back at my life, namely the last 6-7 years, I did a lot. I did a lot that I may not ever get acknowledgement or accolades for, and that's not why I did any of it at all. And I had a lot. I had a lot. I also had a lot of struggles and challenges and heartbreaks and heartaches and all of those things. And so when I look back, I think, what if my past self was actually my future self? I know, you can hear the motorcycles. Meaning, when I think about my future self, finger quotes around past self and future self, when I think about my future self, she is like like ridiculously prosperous, like wicked abundant. She is living a luxurious life. She has everything she wants and needs. She is surrounded by music and art. She's surrounded by community and friends and family. She is free. She is healthy. She is so many things. And when I think about my future self in that way, I see my past self that I left. Now, again, I had my challenges. And I also had a lot of really great. And so I'm in this conundrum of what do I do? What do I do if, in fact, my past self was actually my future self? What if I lived all my dreams? You know, I've been married. I've also been divorced. I've been able to have a lover that was 12 years my junior. I had another lover that was 10 years my junior. Those are just fun. You know, I got to bring forth some things to a city that the city had never experienced. I got to create experiences that had never been where I was. And that's dope. Like, that's so dope. And it's like, well, what if that's it? What if I've checked off all the boxes? What if I've literally checked off all the boxes? I do have another box. I have one more box. Actually, I have a couple because I want to travel around more of the earth and see more of this land and the art and culture and music and all that fun stuff, you know, humaning. So other than that, like, I had the house of my dreams. When I even dream about a house now, it's my old 3311. That's a kick in the heart. And so I'm in this squeeze where what if an expansion all at the same time, like an accordion. Feeling into the thought of, like, what if my past self was the best I was ever gonna get? I don't believe that, because my pattern is that everything continuously, like, everything evolves and gets better. It's like every partnership I've ever had has gotten better and better and better, and how in whatever ways that they did. And to me, a partnership is a relationship, and I am choosing to have a relationship with, like, life, myself, the divine, great spirit. So it's like, it's always gonna get better. And I know, like, I believe that so much. Like, there's, like, not even a little bit of doubt. And yet, part of this expansion and contraction is to bring forth, for me, this is why I'm sharing it apparently, is to shine a light on areas of doubt, as we maybe need to shine a light on so we can become aware of it and clear it, so that whatever those ideas were, beliefs were, programs that were running, that were encased in a frequency or consciousness of doubt, that we that we go ahead and annihilate those potential timelines of realities where those doubts are experienced. So, like, if I doubt success, that means that there's, like, a subconscious belief of failure. Well, if I have that subconscious doubt, then there's a reality that's playing out in the now where I'm a failure. Which, no, we can't fail. Like, it's literally impossible, because we're just humaning. You can't fail at being a human unless you're one of those people, you're like, I'm a dog, but you're a human. Anyway, that's a whole other, like, pronoun. I would be called a certain thing. Like, it's just so silly. Humans are so funny with, like, it has to be this way. I'm digressing. Anyway, so I feel like we're being shown areas of doubt, and the doubt that may come into our awareness as being ill. And then that might be a subconscious underlying doubt of around fear, and maybe it's fear of death. Or fear of failure, you know, and maybe that's actually a fear of like extreme success. Who knows? Maybe the doubt is around, well, if I do the thing, then what if people hate me? You know, so then that's fear. That's also judgment. You know, then the doubt is going to shine a light on this like deeper pattern and program that needs to be annihilated. And if it's fear, lack, judgment, or stagnation, then those programs have to be annihilated for us to continue to ascend into these higher realms of consciousness. There cannot be a shadow of doubt, and the doubt with an underlying root of one of those four aspects. It could look like guilt or shame, you know, but my point is that it feels like this like, oh my God, everything is so good. I am so clear. I'm on the right path. I know what I'm doing. I'm going this way. Yes. And then the next day it might be like, I don't know what I'm doing. oh God, I don't know anything. And then it's like, yeah, God, I'm so inspired and motivated, and I have all this energy to do the thing, and then it's maybe the next day of like, you know, is that even the best choice? What if that's a bad decision? What if that's a bad investment? Should I invest in that? Maybe I should, maybe I don't know. And then, you know, so that's what I've been experiencing. I've been experiencing that. It's like some days I'm like crystal clear on like direction, go, purpose, path, yes. And then other days I'm just like, I'm not doing anything. So for me, I am being shown I guess it's just areas of doubt for me. And I didn't think I had any doubt, but I mean, that's the thing. We're ascending, we're expanding our frequency. So that means that to expand, in my opinion, it's like expand. It's like you contract and then you expand bigger. You contract and then you expand bigger. You contract and then you expand bigger. It's very similar to like sex. You know, if you typically don't go from 0 to, well, you can. I'm saying like, if you go from like 0 to like orgasm, like fast, you know, great, you basically off-gassed your energy. But if you build up and come down, and you build up and come down, and you build up and come down, it matches this ebb and flow and this cycle of experience, so that when you do reach the crescendo of whatever that crescendo is, you realize that the whole journey felt like a crescendo, because it's through the contraction that the expansion feels so delightful, right? And so that's what we're doing in this expansion and contraction. Now the contraction, when you're having sex, it just may be like, it's just not as great, but it's still good, But when you're just like humaning around in the program, same thing, it might just be like, it's just not as great. And then sometimes though, that contraction may feel really hard. You know, you may feel like the universe took a 2x4 and just whacked you over the head with it. You know, you might get some really debilitating news to where you don't know how to handle it or how to process it. Maybe you don't have the resources, or maybe you're like pulling every resource and tool you got to like get through whatever it is that this contraction brought you. What I'm noticing is that for me, these contractions and expansions are happening at a really interesting rate, so much so that I'm noticing it in the field that we call time in a day. And when I'm asking others around me, hey, how did you experience time yesterday? They are reflecting to me that they have had a similar experience to time. Though it's like, so there's that. So I'm thinking it's not just me, and I'm just sharing how it's showing up for me. So I'm curious how it's showing up for you, if it's showing up for you at all. You know, like leave a comment. Like, I'm curious. It's very interesting, this time of expansion and contraction. It's not the contraction doesn't hurt me right now. It's not hurting, but I also have a lot of tools and resources. So I can imagine, like, going back to the timelines where I didn't have resources and tools, what these contractions would feel like. It would be debilitating. It maybe would take me out of this game. It might lead me back into like addictive patterning, or, you know, blaming others or projecting whatever. Like, you know, I was not really good at the victim consciousness, but I know a lot of homies that are, and so that's a really common one to like really dig your heels into when the contraction hits, right? It's like, oh my God, you're so rude because I'm uncomfortable with my feelings, as opposed to me just being like, oh, I'm having a fucking trigger. Thanks. Anyway. So I'm curious what your experiences are with time, how you're experiencing time recently. If you're experiencing contractions and expansions in a way that similar to me. Mine is showing up as doubt, and in a way that I'll share this and then I'll hop off. But like, my doubt showing up in a way that my action, as opposed to me sitting with the doubt and being with the doubt, I want to have a reaction. And the reaction that I am wanting to do is like throw my hands up and just being like, fuck it, I'm done. I give up. I'm not doing anything. Or like, just like not like a surrender white flag, like just peace, peace, peace. Not like that, but like, I'm done. Done. Deuces. You know, like that kind of thing. So that's how my doubt, works with my subconscious in a physical and mental reaction. So I'm not reacting, but I'm being aware of it. I'm like, oh, okay, I see you, girl. Like, you want to just quit at these steps that you've already taken. You want to quit mid-race, you know? If you've ever ran a race or done anything like that. Like, I was the person that ran a lot. So like, that would be like me quitting at the half or 3/4 marathon and not finishing it. It's like, nah, I finished that sucker. It may have hurt, you know, but I did it. But that feeling at some point, you know, during like mile like 17 and like 23, that I was like, I just want to stop. Like, I'm done. But there was a bigger part of me that was like, hey, you've committed to this. Just go to the end, see what it's like. And so I share that with you too, as hopefully a little nugget of inspiration that wherever you are, just keep going. And that keep going may look like resting. It may look like meditating or praying. It may look like dancing. It may look like getting your crayons out and just fucking coloring in a coloring book for a while. Your keep going may be answer those emails, get those resumes out, make those phone calls. It may look like asking for support, for help, for tools, for resources. It may look like anything. But don't give up. No matter what doubts or how uncomfortable the contractions are, don't give up. Because these contractions that we're having, we're birthing our future selves. And many of us are in a very interesting liminal space still, and we've been in it for a while. For me, I feel like I'm done. I've been in this space. I'm ready to get out. Like, come on. But I am coming out. I am changing. I am getting ready to launch so many things that I've been wanting to do in the name of so many great things. And I'm not able to do it today, I need to still be in this birthing process. And it may look like the real pragmatic stuff, like, well, I need to do this thing to my website first. Like, duh. But there's a part of me that still needs to grow into this next version of me. Whoever and whatever that goddess looks like, I'm down. And I feel like same thing for most humans that are moving through consciously creating a life, their own life. So don't give up, keep going, recognize whatever doubts are coming in, and the deep seeds underneath. If you need support or guidance in finding those seeds, I'm really good at finding those programs that are just creating a distortion and a wobble and guiding you through the not only identification but the reprogramming through the entire quantum field. So it works through your epigenetics, your ancestral lineage, it works through your future bloodlines that are going to be occurring after you. It helps the whole earth plane. It's literally quantum, baby. So send me an email. I think you can still schedule if you go to my link tree or my website at janetheguide.com. So yeah, don't give up and keep going. Recognize whatever's coming up in your contraction. Don't run from it. Just look at it. Don't react to it. Be like, damn it, I'm contracting. What's wrong with me? Be like, no, this is the contraction. This is the uncomfortable part. Ask any woman that's had a baby. Bet those contractions were the part that sucked. The time in between, not so much. Birth the baby. Sweet, dunsies. But they had to go through that contraction. So that's what we're doing. So that's what I wanted to share. Recognize the root of your contraction or your reaction to the contraction. Do you start doubting yourself? Do you start hating yourself? Do you start hurting yourself? And when I say that to yourself, that can be applied to anyone outside of you, because the way we do and treat and feel about ourselves is the exact same way we do and think about and speak about and treat other people outside of ourselves. That's why this is so important. This is one of the steps to peace, like world peace. I'm down. I'm here for it. So anyway, the sun is setting here, so I'm going to hop off. Thank you for taking the time and checking this out. Go to janetheguide.com if you want to know more about me. I'm guessing that my website is going to be getting some updates soon. And I have no timeline to it. I'm just being patient with the process and enjoying the contractions. I don't like the contractions, but I don't mind them. Like, I know they're a part of this thing called life. So I'm sending you all so much love wherever you are in whatever part of your process. If you're in the contraction or the expansion, or you're just floating around numb to it all, I send you just beams and heaps of love, and just a gentle reminder to take care of yourself and to take care of each other. And just remember that you are loved and you are love. Okay? Okay. Ciao for now. Bye.